Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jew Jets Show, and today we're going to be talking about Sheldon Rankins and whether or not the New York Jets should keep him or cut him. So without further ado, let's get it started. So last offseason, Joe Douglas signed Sheldon Rankins to a 2-year, $11 million contract, paying him $5.5 million a season. And in his first year with the New York Jets, Rankins had 3 sacks and 5 tackles for loss, which is a pretty solid stat line, and whenever you consider that Rankins was a rotational player on the defensive line and not the full-on starter, that is pretty impressive. Now, Rankins doesn't have any guaranteed money left on his contract, so if the Jets were to cut him this season, we wouldn't really be paying him much in 2022, but I really don't see the need of cutting Rankins because he is a rotational defensive lineman. I mean, if he was getting paid a lot more and was the full-on starter on the D-line and was putting up stats like that, then yes, we should cut Rankins, but he's not getting paid more and he's not the full-on starter, and $5.5 million really is not a whole lot. And whenever you look at other players who are getting paid the same exact amount as Rankins, they are putting up very similar stat lines. Jerron Reed from Kansas City had 2.5 sacks a season and 2 tackles for loss, which were both less than Rankins. William Golston from Tampa Bay had 4.5 sacks and 7 tackles for loss, both were more than Rankins. And then we had Malcolm Brown from Jacksonville, who had 1 less sack and 1 less tackle for loss than Rankins this season. So players who are getting paid the same amount as Rankins are putting up similar stats to him. So honestly, I don't see the need in cutting Sheldon Rankins. Now, if the New York Jets were going all out in free agency this season and we needed more money, then I can see us cutting Sheldon Rankins and going after, a lesser guy in free agency or maybe drafting another guy. But we don't need to cut Sheldon Rankins. He did just fine in the role we asked him to play this season, and is going to do just fine next season as well. He also had some injury concerns heading into the season with the Jets, and he only missed 1 game, so those injury problems really aren't that much of a concern anymore. So Sheldon Rankins, we don't need to cut him. He needs to stay. Well, that's all I got for you guys in today's video. If you enjoyed, let me know by hitting the subscribe and like button. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Jude_Jets for more content. You can also check me out on Let's Talk Sports. Make sure to follow them on their social medias. Their Facebook is linked down below. Writing Jets articles for them, also appearing on some Jets podcasts for them in the future. So make sure you guys check them out. And I'm your host, Jet, signing off for now. See you guys later. Peace.